Yes guys, today in this video I'm going to be talking about why and when you should be taking your deloads on the cart. Because although it's very important to not be lazy and just have the discipline to be going to training and dealing with the fatigue you experience on the cart, it's also very important to listen to your body. So we listen to your body by taking those deloads every 4 to 6 weeks. Obviously don't be taking your deloads every 2 weeks. No, take it every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on obviously like when you experience that fatigue. I'd recommend taking it every 4 to 6 weeks, obviously depending on, like I said, how fatigued you are. If you and only take it if you experience these signs. It can come in various of signs, and which I'm going to list out to you guys. So it can be signs, like for example, fatigue. You don't really have the motivation to train. You get mild, you get very sore, you get soreness literally like after training. You get like a little bit of soreness within your joints, like, every time you train, or like, the day after you train, more than likely. Another one as well is, you feel mentally drowsy, like while you're training, or, mentally fatigued and physically fatigued when you're training. Especially your legs, they will get depleted, like after you train with that good enough intensity. Like for example, the other day, last week, right, I was doing hack squats, and then after I was doing hack squat, my first set, my quads got so depleted afterwards, to the point where after I was doing my cardio, boy, it was tough doing. If you guys know already how hard, you guys can probably relate to how hard it is to do your cardio right after your leg session, especially. But yeah, it was extremely depleting, to the point where I had to mentally and physically push through that cardio session. And I was doing it at a heart rate of 130 to 140. But now, yeah, obviously this week I'm taking my deload week. I took one as well 7 weeks ago. But yeah, this is how I want you guys to structure your deload. So what I want you guys to do is, I want you to be training in a 3 rep in reserve, 2 to 3 rep in reserve, where rep in reserve basically just means how many reps you think you had till you physically can't get that last rep in. And so me, for example, when you train properly to failure, that's like a 0 rep in reserve. So then your next rep you wouldn't be able to get afterwards. So that's what a 0 rep in reserve is. So that's what a rep in reserve basically generally means. So we want to train in a 2 to 3 rep in reserve, because this will allow us to give your body the chance for it to proper recover, and to make it so that after we finish the deload we can come back stronger. So I want you guys to reduce your volume by doing 2 sets for every exercise. If you already do 2 sets in every exercise, then yeah, you don't need to reduce the volume. But if you do 3 sets of more for like 1 or more exercises, then I want you guys to reduce that volume and to do 2 sets instead. It's very important to not just train in the 3 rep in reserve, but to also reduce your volume as well, so it can give your body another chance for it to recover. So that's how you simply structure a deload, and apply this to your cut every 4 to 6 weeks. Like I said, depending on how fatigued you get. If you get fatigued very early after like 4 weeks, then yeah, take a deload the week after that on your 5th week. But if you're feeling fine after 4 weeks or 5 weeks, you don't really experience too much fatigue, you feel like you can push it for the 6th week, then yeah, you can do your deload after that 6th week, so on your 7th week. But yeah, take it 4 to 6 weeks depending on how fatigued you get. Trust me, because it will help us to get stronger, I promise you. And it will help to reduce your training fatigue, cumulative fatigue specifically that you get from training, which you will know once when you're on your cut, which you will probably experience when you're in your cut. You are going to experience some sort of training fatigue, which is normal on the cut. So apply this and see how you'll feel afterwards. and I promise you, you'll probably get stronger within the gym afterwards. And I forgot to mention another sign as well is if your strength is dropping, then yeah, a deload week will be necessary to take, especially when other signs take place within your training fatigue. So yeah, that's it from me. Apply this and see how it goes. And if you find this very helpful, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If not, then the fact that you watch this video is good enough for me. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you lot in the next video.